From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, July 23rd. After a very warm day today, expect a mild night as temperatures fall from the 80s this evening to the 70s overnight, with a low of 66. It'll be slightly warmer tomorrow, with afternoon high temperatures in the upper 80s. When you factor in that humidity, though, it will feel like we're more in the low 90s. Vice President Mike Pence was in Indianapolis today talking school reopenings during the coronavirus pandemic. There were a little more than 25 socially distanced seats in the audience at Marian University. Pence, along with members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, championed for the safe reopening of schools. Pence said the best thing for kids is to get them back in school and get them back in school this fall. In his words, he said, and I quote, "The risk of the coronavirus to healthy children is very low. It's also good to remember there are real costs far beyond academics if they're not in school. We have confirmed that students fall dramatically behind in education. The average student will begin 35% behind in reading and 50% behind in math. Online learning is no substitute for learning in person." End quote. Pence said the Trump administration has already secured $30 billion for both K-12 and higher education. Marian University got some of that money. President Trump has requested another $105 billion in education funding as part of the next coronavirus relief bill that Pence says will go to higher education. Pence also said they've worked with several universities in Indiana on reopening. At Marian, classrooms will be cleaned every day. There will also be an online version of each course offered. So if a student catches COVID-19, professors can immediately switch to online. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos stressed working together is key. She said how schools reopen depends on cooperation among leaders of schools and the parents. Pence said he met with Governor Eric Holcomb's team today to make sure our state has the resources to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Pence told Holcomb that he pledges that Indiana will have everything our state needs to fight the pandemic. It will no longer be a misdemeanor to not wear a mask in Indiana. Governor Holcomb signed the executive order mandating masks statewide today. It dropped, though, the criminal penalties he initially mentioned on Wednesday. Today's order says the mandate will go into effect Monday and stay that way until at least August 26th. Holcomb cited an increase in overall hospitalizations and a rise in positivity rates. Today, Indiana's number of new confirmed infections topped 1,000 for the first time. The state health department reported 1,011 new cases. 4 more Hoosiers have also died, bringing the statewide death toll to 2,687. The Regan Streif Institute here in Indianapolis has been tracking the numbers. Researchers say it may take several weeks to see a bend in the curve. They say some of the best evidence out there is that masks and social distancing stop the spread of COVID-19. State and local health departments will be responsible for enforcing the mask mandate. They'll do so by educating people about the importance of wearing face coverings. Holiday World is also requiring guests to wear face masks starting Monday. Before, it was just encouraged, so if you go, you will have to wear a mask as you enter the gates. And in any indoor spaces, including roller coaster stations, gift shops, drink stations, restrooms, you will not have to wear one on water rides or in the midway. Lucas Oil Stadium says it expects to allow just 25% capacity at Colts games this season. In an email to season ticket holders, the Colts said all 2020 season tickets will be moved to the 2021 season. Anyone who wants a refund can get it. The Colts have not yet released details about general ticket sales. Advocates have gathered together to focus on improving conditions for people who are homeless in our city. Our multicultural reporter, Katira Winfrey, has been looking into this. Right now, there's an estimated 14,000 people who are homeless in Indianapolis, and the Alliance for Homeless Transformation says that providing temporary housing or food here or there isn't enough. One man Katira met says he recently found himself homeless and says the pandemic has made his situation very difficult. That man was part of a larger group who was outside the Luger Plaza today to represent the newly formed alliance. In part, the alliance hopes to create long-term housing solutions, improve access to personal hygiene, and enhance homeless prevention through things like job training. They say they're reaching out to the city of Indianapolis for help with funding and access to abandoned properties. 5 IMPD officers are being honored for their quick actions when 4 teenagers crashed into a retention pond. The department held a small ceremony today. Officers recognized Jared Allen and Eric Snowden, who went into the water to save Ella Magyar and Owen Leck last month. They got trapped inside the car after coming around a curve on Fry Road and hitting a tree. 2 other teenagers inside were able to swim to the pond shore. Allen and Snowden got Magyar and Leck out. Magyar unfortunately died at the hospital. Now Leck is recovering. Both Allen and Snowden accepted medals today for their efforts. And tomorrow, you can head to a drive-through back-to-school block party. The Indianapolis Urban League is hosting it from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Each student who shows up will get a backpack with supplies and new tennis shoes. Each car also gets food and milk. The event is open to all, and the State Health Department will also provide free coronavirus tests. Got some grim statistics tonight from Yelp. Its latest report shows 60% of restaurants that temporarily shut down during the pandemic will not ever open back up. As of 2 weeks ago, Yelp had about 26,000 restaurants on its site. Now, Yelp says nearly 16,000 of those businesses permanently closed. Yelp's report shows clubs and bars are shutting down at high rates. A big reason is adapting to online ordering, and curbside pickup hasn't been enough to pay the bills. And the coronavirus pandemic has impacted schools across central Indiana. Now more than ever, teachers and students need your help. Wish TV is once again teaming up with Teachers Treasures for the Great Paper Push School Supply Drive. There are new ways to join this year. You can form a team with your coworkers to raise money. You can also make a cash donation or drop off school supplies at one of our sponsor locations. For more information on all of this, just visit wishtv.com/paper. And we're going to highlight the impact of your support in all of our newscasts on Wednesday, August 5th. And plans are moving forward to scale down the GOP convention, something the Democratic National Committee has been planning since June. The changes come as a new poll shows Joe Biden leading in 3 key swing states when it comes to trust in handling the pandemic. President Trump canceled his stop in Jacksonville, Florida, after months of insisting he would deliver an acceptance speech in front of a massive crowd, going as far as moving the bulk of planned events from Charlotte to Jacksonville when North Carolina's governor raised public health concerns. The president is now echoing those concerns. The chair of the Democratic National Committee was quick to point out the Democratic Party got there first. He tweeted, "From the very beginning of this pandemic, Democrats have put the health and safety of the American people first. Unlike Trump, we followed the science, listened to doctors and public health experts, and worked through plans to protect lives." In June, DNC leaders announced plans to move their convention to a smaller venue, while presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden will physically go to Milwaukee to accept that nomination. They are advising state delegates not to travel. On the GOP side, President Trump says the delegates will go to North Carolina to do the nomination, where other events will be held as tele-rallies and online. The funeral for the late Congressman John Lewis will be next Thursday in Atlanta. Lewis's family says it will be a private service, but the public is invited to pay tribute starting tomorrow. There will be celebrations in Lewis's hometown of Troy, Alabama. Then on Sunday, Lewis's body will be carried over the Edmund Pettus Bridge in a processional. Lewis's body will then lie in state in Montgomery, Atlanta, and the U.S. Capitol. More federal agents are heading to Seattle tonight. They're being sent to protect federal property. The agents will not confront protesters like those sent to Portland, Oregon. Rather, they're on standby to help local officers after several businesses were vandalized this week. Agents are also set to head to Chicago soon. Overnight, Mayor Lori Lightfoot had 2 Christopher Columbus statues removed. One was in Grant Park, where police and protesters clashed a week ago. No word on where those statues will go. Olympian and former Congressman Jim Ryan now is holding the nation's highest civilian honor. President Trump presented Ryan with the Presidential Medal of Freedom today. The White House described Ryan as one of the most accomplished American runners in history. He became the first high schooler to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. He went on to win the silver medal in the 1,500-meter run at the 1968 Olympics. The Toronto Blue Jays finally have a home for the delayed MLB season. According to the Associated Press, the team will play at Solon Field in Buffalo, New York. That's where the Blue Jays AAA team plays. The Canadian government will not let the team play in Toronto, so the Blue Jays hoped to play in a major league park, but Pennsylvania nixed a deal to play in Pittsburgh. The Pacers get back on the court this Sunday. Their second scrimmage is against Dallas. The Blue and Gold started the exhibition round with a win last night over Portland. Victor Oladipo played, but says he needs more time before he commits to playing in the regular season, which is set to start August 1st. And you've got a little bit more time to register for tomorrow's Indy Ultimate. Just a little bit. You'll have to do it before 6:30 at Lucas Oil Stadium to take part. Wish TV is proud to team up with Indiana Sports Corp for the event. Some of the stops are Monument Circle, Victory Field, the War Memorial, and the Canal Walk. It all starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Part of your registration fee will go to support restaurant and hospitality workers affected by the coronavirus pandemic. Again, got until 6:30, so if you're listening to this at home, you better get there or you're going to run out of time. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.